Hi everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel, my new issue ACCA classes. In today's video, we will solve one of the more past paper. This is from the F5 PM and the question name is Accountancy Teaching Company ACCA. So basically, this is from the performance measurement and it's very good question. So let's have a look into it. And this is from the December 2010 attempt, right? So, what is the requirement of this question is assess the performance of the business in 2010 using the both financial performance indicator calculated from the above information and the non-financial performance indicator provided. So, it's a very good question. The question is asking you to analyze the performance both from the financial as well as non-financial perspective. And one more thing, in the PM, please be sure this kind of question could be asked, and you should have lots of practice and confident in this kind of question. So it's very important. Explanation theoretical part is equally important as calculation one. So be confident on this kind of question. And the question total mark for this question is 20 marks. So means 10 to the both of this. So let's have a look into the background. So, Accountancy Teaching Company (ATCO) is a company specialized in provision of the accountancy tuition course in the private sector. It make up its account 30 November each year. In the year ending 30 November 2009, it held 60% market share. So, by the end of 2009, company holds 60% of the market share. So that means in suppose in the market there are lots of players like A college, B college, C college who are providing the accountancy course. So overall, if we talk about the percentage wise, the number of students held by this accountancy teaching company is 60% of the market share. However, over the last 12 months, accountancy tuition market in general has faced 20% decline in the demand for the accountancy training, leading to smaller class size on the courses. So that means the overall in the market there has been decline, and in 2009 and before, companies suffer ongoing problem with the staff retention, which has knock-on effect on the quality of the services provided to students. Following the completion of development has been ongoing for the some time. In 2010, the company was able to offer far improved service to the student, and development could include these are the initiative that they have been taken. So due to weak performance in 2009 and before that, the company have taken some steps to improve its service to which has been provided to the student, and they decided to have a new dedicated 24-hour student helpline number and the initiate interactive website providing instant support to student, a new training program for staff, electronic student enrollment system, an electronic marking system for the marking of student progress tests. A cost of marking electronically were expected to be 4 million less in the 2010 than marking on the paper. Marking expenditure is always included in the cost of sale. So marking electronic will be expected to be 4 million less in 2000. So that means in 2010 the cost of sales will be reduced because there has been 4 million decline in the cost of marking electronically, right? And then they have provided certain figures and the facts like turnover, cost of sales, and the various other things which I have been listed here to save our time. So you can see in my screen that I have listed the figure. Along with that, I have calculated the percentage change in the same. Okay, so you can have a look into this. Just let me make this small and merge this one. Okay, so now you can see my screen. Yes. Okay. Now, the below the paragraph, what it says that in 2009, 1st December, this is the start of the year of 2000, 30 November 2010 year end. Okay, so don't get confused. It's they are talking about the current year. So at the start of the year, management asks all the freelancing lecturer to reduce their fee by at least 10%. See, this could further lead to the decline in the cost of sales. Okay, and freelancing lecturers are not employee of the company but are used to teach students when they are not enough AT company own lecture to the meet tuition needs. All employees were also told that they would not receive pay rise for at least 1 year. Total lecture staff cost including the freelancing lecture were 4.663 million in 2009 and were included in the cost of sales as is always the case. Freelancing lecture cost represent 35% of total lecture staff cost in 2010. Freelancing lecture cost were 12.394 million. No reduction was made to the course price in the year and the mix of the trainees studying for a different qualification remained the same. The same type and the number of courses were run in both year and the percentage of this course that was run by freelancing lecturer opposite to the employed staff also remained the same. So due to nature of the business, non-financial performance indicators are also used to assess the performance as detailed below. So they have provided a certain non-financial indicator. So question is quite interesting. So how can you start this kind of question? So for starting, I have just noted down the few point. So you can start this in this way. Okay, so the performance of the accountancy teaching company using both financial and non-financial are assessed below. Okay. Yes, and what I have done, I have just recalculated I have calculated the change in the figures. I mean, by how much revenue has been increased, decreased, and the cost of sales and everything. You can see it, certain percentages are in the negative and certain percentages are in the positive. Positive means it has been increased, negative means it has been decreased. So now explanation. See, you won't get credit for this calculation. You need to explain in order to get the full credit. So you need to explain the reason behind this declination, increment. You need to explain the reason. See, and the question is for 20 marks. That means 10 marks for the financial performance, 10 marks for the non-financial performance. So you need to have a good point of like 5 to 6 of financial, non-financial. So let's first start from the turnover. Okay, so what you can write is okay, so turnover has been decreased by how much percentage? By 8 percentage to $66028. In which year? In 20Y0 or 2010 you can write from dollar 7225 in 2009. 2009. Okay, so this is how I have been started. So I have simply told that our revenue, that means turnover, has been decreased by this percentage. Last year the figure was this and this year figure was this. I simply told that again, but you won't get credit. Now you have to come with the reason why this has been decreased. So we have read somewhere that there has been decline in the market. Okay, so how much share is held by the AT company? It's 60% share. So what is the total market share? So let's first calculate that. You can write in the working here, working one. Okay, so we know how much this is for 209. Okay, so 2009. Okay, so now what is the total sales of ATCO in 2009? It's 72025. Okay, and don't forget to write it in the dollar and put the comma signs in every digit. Okay, so this is the total sales value. So what is the total market share? Total market share. Total market share will be this is a 60%, right? So we will divide it by 0.6. This will give you the total market share. So out this is the total market share in which 80 company holds 72,000 of the revenue, and this is for a 2009. If we talk about 2010, so in 2010, here it has been mentioned that the 20% decline in the demand for accountancy training. So that means decline by 20% means this will be now only 80%. Okay, and this is the case, and out of which, if we talk about the market share of the 80 company, it's 60%. So according to that, it should be this much amount, right? So see, according to total market share in 2010, company sales should be this much. But if you look at the real figure, it is more than this one. So company has performed well, right? So what you can mention is that you can show this calculation and you can mention the point that I hope you have understood this calculation. Let me repeat it one more time. So basically, 80 company holds 60% of the shares. So in 2009, the company sales value is this much, okay, and I have just gross up it to get the 100% value, and which is this one. So I have just kept opposite. Just a bit, yeah. So now the question says that there 20% decline in this market. So that means now this value will fall to 80%. So that I have calculated 80% of the value of the same, and this will be the revised market share in the 2010. And again 60% of this amount will be the sales revenue for the ATCO. So this should be the sales revenue according to this calculation, but in actually ATCO has achieved a sales revenue of 66028. So this is good, right? So you can write this like this way. So comparing the actual sales value of 2010 with the revised market share revenue of 80, it is higher than the revised figure. Okay, however, fall in the demand is beyond the control of 80, but 80 company has performed well in the given market conditions. So this is where you can write that how the company has performed in the given market condition. Or what you can do is you can write that the actual sales value has been declined, and this could be like due to the market share. But if we calculate the actual figure as shown in the working one, the company has actually performed well as per the real facts and figure. So this is the way you can explain regarding the turnover. Now come to the one more thing. What you can write in the turnover is that even though there is They decline in the demand of accounting training. But if you look at the non-financial figure, that the certain percentage of students have been shifted to the ATCO from other learning provider. So that means that due to improve in the services given by the ATCO, the customer is shifting to the ATCO. So this is the point you can also write in this one, and this could also be related to the non-financial indicator. So you can write in this way, financial, non-financial, it will be good, I think. So what you can write is here, looking to the non-financial point of view, percentage of student has been transferred to 80. Okay. From other learning provider, tuition provider in London, which is 20% in 2010 and 8% in 2009. Let me merge this one. Yes, now it's look better. Now what you can write is, this is due to fact that improvement in the services uh, provided by the ATCO in 2010 to their student. Okay, so this proves the fact that services of ATCO has been improved within year, which has led to increases in the number of students as well as market shares. So this is how you can represent. You are not only explaining the increase and decrease figure, but you are also linking with the reason behind such increment or decline. So I hope this is very good point. So this is enough for the turnover, I think. You have presented your calculation, you have explained the reason, right? So now let's move to the other. Now let's move to the cost of sales. Cost of sales. Yeah. So now what has happened to the cost of sales? I think it has also been declined. Yeah, it has been declined by 19%. Okay, so again we will start with the same. What we can write is, cost of sales of ATCO has declined by 19% in 2010 of 22. How much is the amount? $42056 from $52078 in 2009. Okay, so this is how I have started my initial paragraph. Okay, so now this is not enough. We again need to find out the reason, and for cost of sales there are lots of reason. What could be that? Here you can see there has been expected to 4 million less in 2010. This is the cost of marking electronically, and again the management had told all the freelancing lecturer that to reduce their fee by at least 10% with immediate effect. So this could be the possible reason that you have to mention, and the possible reason behind the scene or decline behind declined in the figures could be fact that at the start of the accounting period period management management of ACCA has asked freelancing freelancing staff to the fee reduce the fee yeah, by 10%. Other possible reason could be mm, behind decreases in the COS mm, 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 due to decreases in the turnover. This could be also the reason, right? This could be also be the reason. So this is the way you can explain this facts and fear along with the reason, and it's very good one. Yes, yeah, could be the possible reason. Okay, yes, okay. So now come to the GP margin. GP margin. Yes, let's move to the GP margin. What has happened to GP margin? It has been declined or increased? Mm, GP margin has been increased by 20%. So you can write it down that GP margin has increased by 20% to how much? How much? $23972 in 2010 from $19947 in 2009. Now, what could be the reason? What could be the reason? So, as this, our turnover has been fallen off, and in the GP margin, sales is in the like in denominator portion, right? So, if the below figure has been decreased, in that means overall ratio will be increased. So that's why the possible reason behind could be decreases in the turnover as well as fall in cost of sales. Yeah, this could also be the reason. And the reason behind decrease in sales and the cost of sales has been explained above. You can write this as well. Let me drag this one. Yes. And you can write in here. And the reason have been explained above. So this is for the GP margin. Okay. Okay, now let's move to the okay. Now what you can calculate is there are lots of ratios that you can calculate here. And now net operating profit. I have just provide you a guideline. Now you can calculate the net profit margin as well, or the indirect expenses figure. You can write down here indirect expenses. Okay. So if you could see what is the impact on the total indirect expenses? Mm, Total indirect expenses, what is the impact? It has been increased, I think. By how much? Let me calculate. It's 21866 minus 16312 divided 16312. So it's 34%. Okay. So okay. The total indirect expenses had sharply increased to by 34 percentage from $16312 in 2009 to how much? 21866 in 2010. Okay, so this is, we have explained the like overall increase or decrease. Now we have to explain the reason why it has been so. So what we can do is, you can put this one calculation here because all of these are related to due to this figure. So we can copy and paste it here, and you can write here walking to, and you can paste it here. Oh shit, let me copy it again. Okay, then okay. Yes, this is the case. So now you can explain one by one that marketing expenditure has been increased to 42%. What do you think? What could be the reason behind the increase in the marketing expenses? Obviously, the AT company might have spent more in the advertisement. So you can mention this point here as well, and or what could be the other reason behind the other cost increment? The property cost has not been increased after. Okay, you can see that AT company has improved its services, right? So which could also lead to increase in the cost, and you can also say that this could be proved with the fact that the number of student complaint has been reduced to 84 in 2010. So you can write this point here as well, and other possible reason could be okay. Yeah, and you let me write down for the marketing, and for rest of the expenses you can write by your own. So marketing expenses has been increased by 42 percentage. It seems that Etico has spent more in the advertisement, and this could be proved with the fact that that the percentage of the student shifted to the AT from other learning tuition provider. Yeah, you can see here that you can also prove this point by the fact that the number of students has been shifted to the ATCO from other learning provider, and this could be due to the advertisement. They, right? Yeah. In this way, you can also explain the non-financial factor. Okay. And what you can also say that, and this has shown the positive impact which we can see from the like that the number of students has been increased. Somewhere it has been mentioned, I think. You can write this as well. And other thing what you can mention is that AT company has improved its services, due to which cost might have been increases indirect expenses. So due to improving his services, the indirect expenses might have been increased. You can see the staff training has been increased, and student helpline number has been increased. So these are the fact which prove that the company has actually done the expenditure. And you can say that this could be proved with the fact that the number of student complaints has been decreased, that company has really done something in the services due to which cost has been increased and services has been improved, as a result of which student complaint has been decreased. So in this way you can explain this non-financial figure as well as financial figure. I hope now you are clear how to explain the performance measurement related question. In case of any doubt, do let me know. I'm here to help you. Thank you so much, guys. Have a good day.